I survived another week. Unlike that skeleton, let's play some Minecraft. Welcome back to DaddeeCraft. You might think I'm caving. I might think I'm caving. I'm under the storage center, putting in a second basement floor. We need, believe it or not, more storage. I want a storage system that actually holds everything so you don't have to put anything else away, at least if it's stackable to 64 blocks. I haven't figured out how to do 16 blocks, but I'm told that's possible, and even at the end, maybe we can find a way to get single item storage going too, because I know that's even possible. But first what we need is to get this whole area clean. That involves putting in the floor to the first floor of the storage system because it was resting on gravel and things like that. So it all fell away when I started clearing out some space. We're putting in a nice, neat, clean floor, which is also the ceiling for the second basement. I might actually put in a third layer, which would be the ceiling. So this is just going to be the second layer of the floor, but I did want something stable and uniform and flat so that we'd have something solid. Obviously, I'm planning on spending a lot of time in Eskeltown. My focus, now that I've finished Keytip Tower, and Keytip for me is complete, so I've pretty much, besides the cottage, needs some touching up in LA land, but I've pretty much finished all of my other projects, so we just need to finish up the big projects, which are, all of the ideas I've had to put in Eskeltown, Cat Village, and Spawn Tower. Spawn, which for me the big thing is Spawn Tower, because Spawn Tower requires all these farms because it's supposed to show off all these precious emeralds and everything, Spawn being some magical or just, high-end real estate type of place to be, even though it's in the middle of the desert. The idea of Spawn, I guess, for me, is high-end real estate. I wanted the storage system here to be mega. I'm out of concrete, so we're gonna have to make some more. What do we need? We need sand and we need gravel. Well, the sand's easier than the gravel, and I have an idea for that. I know exactly where to go, and it's where most people wouldn't go to get their sand. I'm going to go to Cat Village. I'm going to go to our desert build area, and I'm going to dig all the sand out around the village. And the reason I'm going to do that is because the way I want to spawn-proof that area is to half-slab it with sandstone. So we don't need the sand underneath, and then we'll have a little area underneath to run whatever we need to run in terms of redstone. Oh, this chunk stopped working. I rebuilt it, it still stopped working. So now it's a dance floor. I also finished the nether tunnel to Keytip. Kept it simple, but I do like it. This is underneath the nether portal to Eskeltown, the lava temple. Well, this is we're underneath the ocean right now. This is right next to the storage center. That is where the lava temple is. So we need to dig this all out, make it a giant cave. But first, we need to get more concrete so I can finish my current project, which is making a giant room. I'm going to make it blue instead of red. I think if I make each layer is going to be a different color. And I think since blue is Dash's favorite color, we're going for blue next. I chose red first. Oh, I chose red. I didn't have a really ethereal reason at all. Red was the color that we had yellow and red for flowers until we did more exploring and found different flower colors. So we had to use red because my choices were red and yellow, and I was already using yellow in a lot of other things. And little bit of blue finally, but the red was the big thing. We had a lot of red dye and a lot of red flowers, and finally we found the blue cornflower, and I was able to do the kitchen house in Eskeltown. But that's why I chose red, because we really didn't have too many options without exploring further, and I didn't want to explore further. Every time I had stepped away from Eskeltown, I met my demise pretty early on, and things haven't changed much since, but I'm a little better on my feet than I used to be. So I'm able to explore further out, and we're able to get some supplies from the new updates. I don't want to go too far out because I don't want to load the world too far. I just had this conversation with a friend of mine who actually loads his long-term world into an editor and trims it. I don't have that option. We just play on a realm, and I have an iPad to play on. There's no iPad app to trim your world save. It just doesn't exist. So I'm stuck. I'm stuck with what we have. So I don't want to venture out too far and make the world too big. Right now we're at about 200 megabytes, which isn't bad. It's over 200. It's about 250 megabytes. I think 260 last time I checked. So it's getting bigger. We'll probably hit 300 before too long, with all the building, especially all the work in the Nether that we're doing. But I don't want it to, balloon up in size, and I don't want to have to travel too far out once there's an update that I'm really excited about. Right now, the updates don't really excite me. Most of the things a traveling villager will bring to me. The LA's excited Dash, so we went out and we got the LA's for them. But besides that, there's really, I don't have any reason to go. I don't want to find the deep dark necessarily, except for Swift Sneak would be nice. But if I put that on a pair of leggings, I'll probably die and lose the leggings, and that will be that. So I've learned not to get too attached or get too loot happy in this game, because I know that with my luck and the way I play, I might lose my stuff. When I die in places where I usually can't get my stuff back. It's very seldom that I die in a place where I can just hop in and get my stuff back. Usually it's being burnt in lava, or it's in an area that I just can't find again. So this is the harder part of the journey for concrete. I used to go caving for gravel, and then I was watching DaddeeCraft, and Green made me hip to the fact that I could just jump in an ocean with a potion of water breathing and get some. You just have to fight the drowned elf. Well, that's going to be it for this week. Go huggle up.